What up, dudes? So, here's the deal. I'll give you a little breakdown of my marriage to my awesome wife, Sarah Palin. No, that's Stacy. We've been married for 13 years in June. We've been together for like 15, something like that. So, yep. I know a lot of people out there struggling with their marriage and giving up on that. And that really does not sit well. And I'd like to see if we can do something about that. So if hearing my dirty laundry and my crap helps you, yeah! So, here you go. So I met my wife when I was like 15. My mom begged me to go to church and bribed me and said that there was some pretty girl there. So I'm like, all right, I'll go. So I went, and lo and behold, that pretty girl there was Sarah Palin, or my wife, Stacy. So on the way home, I remember that on the way home, after the first day I met her, I told my mom I'm marrying that chick. And guess what? 3 years later, I totally freaking did it because I'm awesome. So we're married now. Married, we're like 18. We get married. We're stupid, young, because we're both the oldest child of a teenage mom. Well, two teenage moms. One teenage mom, that would not be cool. Two teenage moms. So we're stupid. We don't know what we're doing. Finances are all jacked up and all that crap, but we're having fun. I mean, we're doing things that are fun, and we're making lots of mistakes, and we don't know what we're doing. We're just trying to. We're young, married, we're together, so working hard, losing jobs, getting jobs, all that crap. We're figuring it out, but in that, we made a lot of mistakes with each other, and we didn't really know how to make a marriage work. We didn't know how to work toward a marriage, work toward a relationship. We had no idea. So we got married, and it was a free-for-all. So a lot of hurt came from that time. A lot of hurt that would come later started in that point in time, where I didn't have the respect for my wife, and I didn't hold her in the esteem that I should have, and I just didn't. I didn't know any better, and I was an idiot. So, yeah, there's that point. So it's probably at around like 23, 24, 25. That's when it really started, like our marriage really started getting bogged down. And we were committed to each other. I mean, from our faith, we were committed. Like, we're not going anywhere. For better or for worse, and we believe that with everything that we've got. But it definitely started bogging down. And I think a lot of that had to do with selfishness on both parts. Mostly mine, I would say, honestly. I mean, we kind of, at that point, we didn't have any kids. We were just living. It was a free-for-all, so I guess you get used to not needing each other. You think that the other person doesn't need you emotionally and spiritually, and you just get kind of bogged down doing your own thing, whether it's work or play. I know for me it was stupid video games, and bought a motorcycle, riding motorcycles with a bunch of my idiot friends. What's up, idiot friends? I know you're totally watching this. But I was riding motorcycles with them and just not being there for my wife. And a lot of hurt came from that. And I never cheated. I never stepped out. I never beat my wife or anything like that. But emotionally, I was a total doucher emotionally. And I did not protect the vase that a wife is. A wife is a vase, and a man is a pot, and I did not protect the vase, and a lot of hurt. I mean, there's a lot of hurt from that. I mean, we had good days too, don't get me wrong. It wasn't like a crap storm, but definitely seeds of crap were planted in those years from like 23 to 26, 27, something in there, mid-20s. So when I was 20, we were 29 years old, or 28, 29. We were pregnant with our first daughter, Clarabelle, and that's at this point in time when Stacy was pregnant with Clarabelle was probably the toughest for our marriage. Definitely the closest that we had come to calling it quits, and probably if she wouldn't have been pregnant, we might have. I mean, I'd hope not, but we might have. She was definitely fed up with me, and I was definitely a giant doucher. So, but it just wasn't going good. I mean, I had checked out kind of emotionally, and I was doing my own thing, and she was doing her own thing too. So just, it wasn't going well. Like, back and forth, it was just, I mean, like I said, we had good days too, but I think people that are married, and are, especially are having trouble with their marriage, they understand what I'm talking about when it was just, it was a slow fade, and it was fading. So in October, we lost our daughter Clarabelle, and at that point, I mean, clearly we were just we were both devastated in everything. I mean, we were just destroyed. But at that point in time when that happened, as soon as we found out, like it hit me it hit me for a while at the beginning, but I immediately knew that Stacy, who I thought didn't need me emotionally and was doing her own thing, and she was independent and didn't really need me, I knew that if I wasn't there for her, that she would not make it out of that. And the responsibility of being her husband, the weight of what I had not been doing, and the love for her, and just the I don't know. I cherished her more then than I ever had in my entire life. That hit me when we lost Clarabelle, that Stacy would be devastated without me supporting her for that. And that I truly believe that God sent Clarabelle to save her marriage. I know God doesn't take babies, and God does not kill, steal, or destroy. Someone else does that, but she definitely saved her marriage. Yeah. So since that time, a year later, give or take, actually a year and 1 month later, we had a little boy. This dude, Zeke, which is freaking awesome. It's like an awesome kid. I love that dude. And things it got a lot better between me and Stacey. We learned a lot. We came out of the woods, I think, and I've never loved her more than I do today. And I felt the same way yesterday and the day before that. And we still have rough patches. I mean, marriage is not gonna make you happy. Like, that's not part of the deal. It's not for better or worse if you make me happy. That's just not how it works. You're not even guaranteed happiness. And if you want to be happy, then you're for sure not going to just get it for free. You're going to have to work towards that. I mean, there's some people that probably it comes easier than others, but I can tell you this with me. I'm kind of a jerk, and Stacy's kind of a pit bull. Like, we're stubborn as a couple of mules, man. So it comes with work. Like, it doesn't just, you know, just wake up floating on a cloud, farting, you know, unicorn tears. It doesn't happen. So this whole, you know, I'm leaving my husband, I'm leaving my wife because I'm just not happy, and nobody cares. Nobody cares that you're not happy. I'm sorry to tell you this, but nobody cares. You weren't guaranteed happiness. I think that we learned a lot about what it takes to make a marriage work, and it takes, for one, I'll tell you this is the biggest part, it takes not leaving. Oh! My gosh, what a revelation. Probably the biggest part of a long-term marriage and making a marriage work is not leaving. I know that's crazy. Another big point is to stay plugged in, to not distance yourself and not cut yourself off emotionally, to stay plugged in. I mean, if you guys aren't happy and you haven't been happy for a while and you've grown apart, like, you got to stop that. You have to stop that, and you have to run towards them. You've got to run to them, and you've got to just lay yourself out there. I don't care who's right. I don't care who's wrong. You shouldn't either. You should want your marriage to work. It doesn't matter if you're right, you're wrong. They're right, they're wrong. It does not matter. You just have to turn towards each other, good, bad, or ugly. I mean, you guys might. I mean, there are days that we go like a couple of linebackers. There are days we wake up grumpy. But we've learned to communicate. We've learned to communicate a lot better than we used to. Or we'll actually wake up now and there are days when you wake up just snarling at each other, and we'll actually say no, like, I'm grumpy. You hear it in my house a lot of times, I'm grumpy. Or if Zeke says it, he says, I'm Gumpy Pants. But there are some grumpy pants around this house. And at least then we know why that person's being Gumpy Pants. So, yeah. Nobody cares if you're not happy. Don't leave. Stay connected with your spouse and make it work. I can tell you this: there are people there are marriages that I look up to that we're starting to get a glimpse now. We've been through some crap. We've been through actually some bad years. We've had bad years, and we've been through that. And there's some marriages now like Herb and Sandy Hyatt and John and Debbie Donowski that I see now. I see what it is in them that I found so amazing in their marriage, and it is this: it is a man that is well aware that his wife has had more grace for him than he's ever deserved. That's what it is. It's a husband that knows that he has been a jerk at some point in time to his wife, and that his wife has stood by him and had more grace for him than he's ever deserved. And you see that realization in them. That's what it is. I see it now, and I think I have that, maybe baby size compared to those marriages, but I have that now where I adore my wife. Like, she's had more grace for me than I'd ever deserved, and there are a lot of lesser women out there that should have walked away from me, and she didn't. She didn't. She held on to this jerk and broke me. She broke me. So I have a lot of respect and admiration for my wife, and I would ride through hell for that woman. I'd ride through hell taking shots, and I would, absolutely. And I get that now. So if you want that, you can have it too. Just don't leave. Stay plugged in. Yeah. I love you, Stace.